Hey y'all, happy Friday. So I'm ready to close out this week study of the peace shoes, and not just peace and quiet shoes. Let me get back to Ephesians. And I want us to go back to our scriptures today, actually. So we're going to read in that Ephesians 6:15 and talk about some of the wording in this. I do want to make mention, before I forget, that next Tuesday night, so that's Tuesday, October 6th, at 7:30, it's going to be our outdoor worship night. So this is a face-to-face option. Again, we will be outside, and it will be a night of worship, just a time of being with our sisters in Christ and worshiping our Father, allowing Him to pour over us and into us. So I hope that you'll prayerfully join with us for that. We are taking precautions and trying to be very considerate of social distancing. That's why it's outside. So if you'd like to come and you don't know where it is, send me a text, email me, message me, and we'll get you that information. So digging in, Ephesians 6:15. And so let's read from the Amplified Version today. And having shod your feet in preparation to face the enemy with the firm-footed stability, the promptness, and the readiness produced by the good news of the gospel of peace. King James says, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. All right, so let's talk about what, and growing up, I have to say, it always just felt like there were so many words there. And in the King James, I felt like there wasn't enough words. What is he talking about? Having your feet shod in preparation with the gospel of peace. What does shod in preparation mean? And so that's what we're going to dig into, or shod with preparation. So let's talk about shod. To shod in the Greek literally means to bind under oneself. To bind under oneself. And so, of course, in this context and in the Greek phrase that's used here, it is to bind very tightly to the bottom of your feet. These shoes of peace, the Roman soldiers' shoes, were not flip-flops. They were not loosely fitting shoes. They were tied extremely tight. And we are to bind peace around our lives, around our feet, the very same way. And you think about the importance of being sure that your combat boots are tied securely, are fastened securely. And so in the same way, the Roman soldiers' shoes had to be tied tightly so that in combat, or as they were on difficult or rugged terrain, these shoes were not going to slide under their feet, losing their footing or twisting their ankle or falling, or that as they were standing their ground to fight a battle, that they were going to have that sure-footed foundation that they needed, that stance that they needed. And so that is shod, simply to tie tightly, and that it is tied tightly under their feet. Now, preparation, which you all know what that is, it is readiness and the condition of being prepared. And so I do want to read another excerpt from Rick, and he discusses the Greek word used for preparation here in this context. And he says, when used in connection with the Roman soldiers, it portrays men of war who had their shoes tied on very tightly, and therefore they had a firm footing. Again, in the terrain that they would have been in, or in combat, you need something to hold you in place. And so that preparation it's already done. Those shoes are already tied in, and we are ready with a firm foundation, and we have a firm footing. And peace for us does the same thing. So this preparation carries the idea of solidarity, firmness and a solid foundation. Again, you think about 3-inch spikes on the bottom of your shoes, not 1, not 3 or 4, but covering the bottom of your shoe. When you take a step, you're there. You better mean to be stepping where you've put your foot, because it is not going to be easy to pick that foot back up now that it is in the ground, literally planted or stuck in the ground. And so we're going to pick up our discussion digging into Shoes of Peace next week. I will see you then. Bye, y'all.